Ada met Emeka on a hot afternoon in the university during the departmental election. The kind of day when the entire faculty was restless, voices rising, students moving in clusters, and tension hanging lightly in the air. Campaign posters were everywhere, voices overlapped, names were being shouted from different corners. It was not a normal school day. Ada stood in line under the harsh sun waiting to cast her vote. She clutched her notebook lightly, shifting her weight from one leg to the other as the queue moved slowly. She was in her second year, still trying to understand how things worked, especially moments like this where everything felt loud and slightly overwhelming. That was when she noticed Emeka, not because he was trying to be noticed, but because he wasn't. While other final year students moved around with excitement and authority, Emeka stood differently, focused, composed, giving instructions calmly, ensuring things didn't fall into chaos. Arrange yourselves properly, please, he said, his voice firm but not harsh. Everyone will vote. No shouting, no unnecessary drama, just control. Ada found herself watching him longer than she intended. There was something about the way he carried himself, something steady. When it got to her turn, a small confusion broke out at the table. Your name is not here, one of the students said. Ada frowned slightly. It should be. I registered. The situation began to draw attention. Before it escalated, Emeka stepped in. What's the issue? He asked. They explained quickly. He looked at the list, then at Ada. What's your name? Ada Okonkwo, she said. He scanned again, slower this time, then nodded. It's here. You skipped it, he said calmly, pointing it out. The other students adjusted immediately. Ada exhaled softly. Thank you, she said, looking at him. Emeka gave a small nod. You can vote now. It was a simple moment, brief, almost forgettable, but somehow it stayed. Later that day, after the crowd had reduced and the noise had settled, Ada saw him again near the departmental building. This time it was quieter, less pressure, less movement. She hesitated for a moment, then walked up to him. Thank you for earlier, she said. Emeka looked at her, recognizing her almost immediately. The least issue, right? She nodded. He gave a slight smile. It happens every year. That was how it started. A simple conversation, nothing forced, nothing dramatic, but easy. Over the next few days, their conversations continued. After lectures, along walkways, in those small pockets of time students create between responsibilities. Then one day, Emeka asked casually, Where are you from? Ada mentioned her village. Emeka paused. Say that again. She repeated it. His expression changed. Surprise first, then recognition. That's my village. Ada blinked. No way. What compound? He asked quickly. As she answered, he laughed softly. Our people know each other, he said. We are practically from the same place. Something shifted instantly. What was just a connection became something deeper, more familiar, more rooted. From that moment, everything became easier. They no longer felt like strangers trying to understand each other. They were people who already shared something bigger than themselves. They started spending more time together, walking, talking, laughing without effort, and slowly, without any formal discussion, they started dating. By the time Emeka graduated from his 4 year course, Ada already knew she wasn't just in a relationship. She was building something that felt like a future. He left for his NYSC shortly after, posted to another state. Distance came, but it wasn't heavy then. They were still young in love, still excited by the idea of each other. Calls were frequent, visits happened when possible, and every goodbye carried a promise of something ahead. After his service year, Emeka secured a job with a thrift and loan microfinance bank. It wasn't a glamorous job, but it was an honest work, a starting point, something he could build from. Ada was proud of him. She spoke about him with quiet confidence, like someone who already saw the end of the story, even though they were still at the beginning. 2 years later, Ada graduated too. She had grown in those years, not just in age, but in discipline. While others explored, dated, and moved freely, Ada stayed rooted. Not because she didn't have options. She did. Men noticed her, approached her. Some were persistent, but she carried herself like someone already spoken for. It wasn't just loyalty, it was belief. When people asked her why she was so strict with herself, why she avoided men like they were something dangerous, she would just smile and say, I'm waiting. She didn't feel like she was missing out. To her, she was preserving something. She was preparing for a maker. Just as she was about to leave for her NYSC, life shifted again. Emeka got a visa to the US. It happened quickly, almost unexpectedly. What had once been a distant idea suddenly became real. There were congratulations, celebrations, and that familiar mix of joy and quiet fear. The night before Emeka left, they sat together, away from the noise of others. I'll come back for you, Emeka said, holding her hands firmly. No matter what happens, don't doubt that. Ada looked at him, searching his face like she wanted to memorize it. I'll wait, she replied softly, no matter how long it takes. They didn't argue about time. They didn't question the future. They simply believed in it. And so Emeka left. Ada carried that promise into her NYSC year like something sacred. While others around her explored new relationships, new cities, new freedoms, she stayed the same, focused, reserved, untouched by distractions. She lived like a married woman without a ring. If a man got too close, she stepped back. If someone tried to get her attention, she made it clear her heart was not available. It wasn't pride, it wasn't fear. It was commitment to a promise that only she seemed to be protecting. At first, the distance between them did feel like a threat. Emeka called often. He told her about life abroad, about the struggle, the adjustment, the loneliness. Ada listened, encouraged him, prayed for him. She made space for his absence by filling it with faith. But life has a way of changing slowly, almost gently, until one day you realize everything is no longer the same. If you've enjoyed the story so far, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Tales by underscore Blessed Awi. Can you guess what happened next? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in part 2.